What's up, everybody? Josh or Miho here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Gripe, entitled In His Image. This is released on Hygiene Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Athens, Georgia, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very gritty and volatile hybrid of grindcore mixed with elements of crust, power violence, and hardcore punk. The first time I had ever heard of this band was through my very good friends at the Operation Grindcore blog. I don't remember who exactly wrote about this band, but I remember somebody posting a link to their Bandcamp. Now, mind you, this was at a time when I was first discovering Bandcamp and the great features and options that it soon had, like the ability to stream music and have free downloads for certain bands. Gripe was one of those bands, and of course it led me to one of the very first releases that they put out with The Future Doesn't Need You. Just some really, really great stuff. And then came a more complex release with Pig Servant. That release really showed you the kind of raw, powerful kind of grindcore styles that this band had to put out. I really, really enjoyed the hell out of it, and it was something different, something very natural, something very DIY, and that's why I really enjoyed that release. And as soon as I heard that Gripe had something brand new coming out, I was pretty excited, but I was also a little disappointed to find out that this was going to be the very last release that this band puts out. And I didn't really know how to feel or what to think, and I decided to put those kinds of reservations aside and finally give this new release a listen. It's 18 tracks, and it clocks in at around 23 minutes in length, which is an appropriate kind of album length for this band's style. And if this is really the last thing that they're going to put out, I'd have to say they're ending their run on a bang here. I think this is some top quality grindcore. If you're into grindcore or power violence or crust, Gripe are a band that really, really know exactly what they're doing. They bring forth every kind of music style that they can think of, and they collide it into one really awesome package. The guitar riff work is pretty much the standard kind of guitar work that you would hear from this band. Really loud, really buzzing, really distorted, really crazy. I mean, all throughout the 18 tracks that appear on this album, you hear elements of sludge and crust. Then you get those really spastic kind of grindcore riffs. I mean, it's just really crazy. Like the opening track, 7 Billion Reasons Not to Reproduce. That's like one of the very few and far between long tracks on this album, which is about like 3 minutes in length. Every other song really has a very short limit, 7 seconds to 10 seconds to 30 seconds in length, almost a minute in length. The song lengths and the riffs that come with them really, really blend together and work very well here. Just some really, really well thought out and well planned guitar riffing going on here. It feels very natural, it feels very real, and it feels very powerful. I love what they're bringing forth to the table with the guitar here. The bass work is really, really awesome. Very, very in the same vein of the guitar, an almost distorted kind of fashion. Very audible, very crisp, very clear. It doesn't try to battle with the guitar. It definitely feels like your usual kind of grindcore style of bass tone. Really, really heavy, very well done here. The drum work here is incredibly maniacal. The snare tone is perfect. I love the way that the snare sounds on this release. It kind of definitely reminds me of the drum performance that was on Pig Servant, although things seem to be a lot better here than the previous release. The snare tone is perfect. I love the blast beats. I love the patterns. I just love the kind of drum style and performance that's being brought forth here. Very fast paced, never a dull moment, even to the more slower, crustier kind of moments on here. That's where you pick up that punk and power violence type of edge going on here. I think it's really good. And moving on to the vocals are crazy. Uh, really harsh sounding growls, very depraved sounding highs. I mean, this vocalist is an insane kind of vocalist. I love his style. I love his passion and his fervor. I think it's really, really good here. Definitely a work of art that's being done here with this release. So overall, I'm bummed that this is the last album that they're putting out, but for what they have put out, I think Gripe should really pat themselves on the back here. I think this is a really, really top quality grindcore release. There's a lot more to it than just grindcore, and I think that's really, really incredible about what this band does and puts out. I think it's pretty damn awesome. So if you're aware of this band's previous works and if you've been looking forward to hearing this, I definitely say give it a shot. It is well worth your time and efforts. Yeah, so if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say 7 Billion Reasons Not to Reproduce, Future Pig, Bots Grinder. That's probably one of my favorite tracks off of this album. Assisted Genocide, the title track, This Land Is Nobody's Land, and Labels. Just some really intelligent stuff going on here. I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can listen to this and how you can also get a hold of it. I'm going to leave you a link to the Hygiene Records Bandcamp, where you can stream all 18 tracks in their entirety, hear it for yourself, and hopefully you will enjoy it. Also to the web store for the label, where you can order the 12-inch vinyl, because I believe that is the only format that's going to be available on. 12-inch vinyl with a free digital download. You can also buy the vinyl and a t-shirt to go along with it. So the choice is up to you. So again, the album is In His Image by Gripe. This is released on Hygiene Records. Definitely support this band if you're into grindcore, crust, or power violence. And I'm going to give this a very strong 8.5 out of 10. Very top quality release, and this is a pretty good note to go on. To end on, so to speak. So, support Gripe. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Hill out.